folks, welcome back! Rudy recently came across your channel after going down the rabbit hole from a beta pack opening. Was that open boosters? That might have been open boosters. Love your content, especially when you review collections of reserve list cards. Got me thinking about my old cards sitting in the old closet. Started playing Magic in 1994, right before Fallen Empires was released. Didn't we all? I swear Fallen Empires was like the gateway drug, man. My neighborhood friend learned to play Magic at Boy Scouts. Taught this to his brother, my brother, and myself how to play. Love the combination of artwork, strategy, collectability of the game. We'd play 4-player games at the old kitchen table or down the old local game store. I remember buying these revised duels for $5 each. Oh my god, from an old guy that had a massive binder, who sadly was younger than I am now. Played for 3 to 4 years, so we went to college. After college, I got the itch again. They have medication for that. Picked up the Magic the Gathering online. You know, actually, MTGO was a big thing for a while, but Wizards just, I don't know what their deal was. I guess they just always knew they were going to go to Arena one day, and they didn't want to put money into online. I mean, so many people. That's such a sore topic, man. Enjoyed it, but they became apparent, like the non-reserve list cards in paper Magic that Wizards would keep re-releasing cards to make sure nothing ever became too expensive on the secondary market. Sold on my collection after a few years. Don't really need to sell, but as I don't need the money, but with the explosion in value, it's just not worth the risk of them getting damaged or stolen. Thought it'd be a really fun way to see the video on the channel. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Now, remember, everybody, Mark was also the individual the other day that we did do the video on the water damaged collector's edition. So, as of the filming of this, that deal did go through. Honestly, I really didn't think it would. Because, man, that was just such a... I've never dealt with a collector's edition set or very, very high-end like that actually had that kind of damage. So I really... That was like a coin flip one. I wasn't sure if Mark was going to... Maybe he wanted to hold on to it, or maybe he... You know, because when you deal with something bizarrely damaged like that, it's very difficult to gauge what the future perspectives are. Is that going to open me up? Like in the past, one of the reasons why I don't like buying signed cards is because... You know, obviously the infamous Christopher Rush and the Lotus thing and all that stuff, which to this day, I still stand by the card. But the problem is, you know, when I buy these big collections, like you find all kinds of weird stuff, and then people just go nuts on you, attack you, they don't let it live down. And so again, I'm always concerned if there's a weird item like water damage, signed cards, altered cards, you know, extra extended art, anything weird, it just has higher risk. And as we've learned, the internet loves drama or negativity or anything to come after you for. So you got to view everything in that kind of a risk spotlight. Okay, so in this one, we have actual complete sets. Let's start with this. I mean, I don't think there's really much to say. Like the dark, like we know, I've already looked at these in verified condition. Actually, I'll be honest with you guys, this was a really nice thing. Like these, like, I'll let you guys take a quick look at these. These are actually really cool. Like, I enjoy, look at these. This is actually a true old school near mint set of the dark. Ah, the stone calendar. Still cool artwork, isn't it? Great work by old Amy, right? Yeah, Amy. And, you know, absolutely awesome complete set. I mean, I hate to say it, but like something like this, a complete set of the dark and complete sets like this, they kind of excite me just for more nostalgic. There's not a lot of like right here, you know, this isn't, I mean, there's just not much money here. The best thing we're looking at here is going to be the Mirage and Alliances. But these right here, well, Weatherlight and Visions lately have actually done a little bit of action. But like the biggest one here, let's talk about this. This is what people want, I think, talk about. The Ice Age. You know, Ice Age is arguably one of the worst sets ever, right? But it's also the set that brought a lot of people into Magic. This is a beautiful. You can see a little bit more played cards. There's some damaged ones in the middle. You can tell by the color differences, which is caused by dirt and oils from people's hand, that browning versus the gray color on it. But still, beautiful, cool set. You know, Ice Age and 4th Edition and Chronicles and Homeland, these were all the things that actually brought us to Magic the Yu-Gi-Oh!ing, okay? And it's ironic because the item that brought us all to Magic, which was 4th Edition and Ice Age for most people, is the item that has the least amount of value and is the item that is the least sought after. Isn't that crazy? And that's the ironic part of life. That's just how it works, you know? I mean, you cannot duplicate the vibe, the nostalgia, the feel. I used to play with this card of Ice Age. The flavor of the set is 10 of 10. Oh God, Ice Cauldron with the entire 5-paragraph novel thesis from your English class in high school. Unbelievable. Icy This used to be like a $10 like this was the chase card with of course what? Jester's cap, maybe a little Jester's mask, Jucalops. What was it? Oh my, we'll see it. We'll see it. You know, and it's just it's still, oh God, it blew. Now I heard recently the Jester's cards, cap and mask, have actually been going up in value because of reserve lists and people actually speculating. But I'm telling you all, there's nothing we can do, myself or anyone out there watching, to buy out and push the value of Ice Age cards up. I'm sorry, everybody. The print run is just so massive. The only thing with real value in Ice Age is going to, you know, these talisman cards where you untap permanence type thing, of course, they're just terrible cards. I remember as a kid, like I played against a friend and he had a deck and he'd play 4 of it. I think it was a blue deck. And because I remember the artwork. And I was like, dude, why are you using this card? It costs 2. He's like, dude, first turn, man. I got a soul ring. I'll drop this in my first turn, bro. And I was like, that's great. What are you talking about? He's like, then, of course, you know, boom. I'll cast a blue spell, baby. Pay 3. And then I get to untap a permanent. I was like, that is so expensive. So not only do you have to cast the blue spell, assume you have 3 mana left over just to untap something else. To do what? To do what? Maybe you have some sort of direct damage card that can ping for 1, or it's so 2 to get in, 3. It just, why? Like if this, sorry, this video is gonna be renamed "Rudy Wastes Time Picking Out the Most Bizarre Ice Age Card Ever." Seriously, if this card was a 2-drop, and then there wasn't an activation cost on this artifact, it just said like tap to untap target permanent, but you can only do it when you cast a spell. Okay. Now we're talking something interesting. So every time you cast something, you can untap something. That would be a really cool card, man. And then, oh my God, the nostalgia art. Look at these cards, man. Again, same thing, just the white version for untapping. You got some of these goofy, there's was it the black one? Black version. And of course, Singularity. And see, these are the cards, these are the rares you would get. And cumulative upkeep. A lot of people didn't even understand how cumulative upkeep worked. I remember playing against friends, they'd be like, oh, here's my, I'm paying my 3. I'm like, bro, you've had this an extra turn. You got to pay 6 now. They're like, oh, okay, turn after. I'm like, bro, after that, you have to pay 9. What? I can't pay 9? Exactly. And this is weird crap. It just swaps mana colors around. It's nuts. The pentagram. I used to play with Pit Trap, though. As a kid, my little cheesy kid decks in like middle school, high school, man. I used to actually play with that card. I just thought the artwork was cool. Ruined Arch, Shield. Like I said, I can go on and on. Where's my Snow Fortress, too? Isn't there Snow Fortress in it? The Time Bomb. Okay. Time Bomb I actually thought was a cool card. It's got that nice Time Walk vibe to it. The old Bauble, which is, you know, it's ironic the cards that become sought after in the future versus the past. Anyways, but a lot of these things, the Sphere, the Walking Wall, Walls of Shields, Chariots, Glider, Zero. See, there are cards that actually hold value and became kind of very unique pieces of Magic history, but even then, there's no way. Like, if this card, if Ice Age was printed at the print run that, like, I don't know, Legends or even the Dark was printed at, these cards would be way different today. Like, Ice Age would be an entire different conversation. Dance of the Dead, by the way. Dark Banishing, an expensive terror. Dark Ritual with that crazy kind of weird artwork there. It's weird how we look at Ice Age now, and we're going Demonic Consultation. Like, this is the card. This is one of the cards. This is like a chase card now. Isn't that nuts? Drift of the Dead. Here's a pile of drifting wall. It just cracks me up, man. A bunch of maggots. Rudy the alien coming out of some chick's head. Zombies. I mean, just this set is, oh baby, dude. Hecatomb is, dude. I actually built decks around this thing, man. This was just, I thought this was an awesome black deck to be built around. So you could just start literally tapping swamps and just start shooting direct damage, man. And black direct damage was obviously, even today, I think black direct damage is not a big thing. And of course, nothing worse than opening a pack of Ice Age and getting a card like this as your rare. Anyways, you guys get the idea. I'm not going to kind of waste an hour and a half going through Ice Age, although I think some of you like hearing my crazy Ice Age and like old young Rudy stories and this stuff. But what I wanted to get at, for those of you actually still watching, you know, complete sets still excite me on old products because they're actually not, people used to collect these in complete sets and there's still some value to them, but it's not a lot of money. Like, you can't sell or buy list a complete set to a store because they do what I do. Like on me, I price them by taking all the expensive cards, I add an extra 10, 20 bucks for the bulk, and that's really, there's just not much money into it. Because in modern times, the value is pretty much all going to be in reserve list cards and in sets that were not heavily printed. Now, before we end the video, did I open this one yet? Oh, no, the tape's stuck again. Hold on. Oh, wait, it's got a weird lid. That's right, I couldn't remember. The thing is, on these things, Ice Age is probably going to, or Ice Age, Alliances is probably going to be your outlier, folks. I'll be honest with you. It's probably going to be the outlier. Alliances is the set that actually has aged very, very differently compared to Ice Age or even Fallen Empires. Alliances, like if you look at this, and by the way, just so you guys know, when you go through these things, oh, there's an extra one. Are there different versions? Yeah, no, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, it's been so long. Alliances have the different artwork for the same card. They did that similar to Fallen Empires did that stuff. There's like okay, let's look at this stuff. Let's look at this small set of Alliances. Look at this. Look, let's find all the good cards. Look, boom, here it comes. Helm of Obedience. There's actually speculation on some of these weird cards too. Baubles. Okay, there's Devour, great card. Portal's got a little bit of action nowadays. War Beast with different arts. Scarabs, Shield Sphere, another good card. Digger, speculation. Soul Grail, used to play with that. Rudy the Silver Man. Nobody would ever call me back when I dressed like that. And let's see what else we got here. Storm Cauldron, big card back in the 90s. Let's see. Dead, Casting Bones, Contain, terrible. Dystopia, a little bit of action lately. Feast or Famine. I mean, you can go through. I mean, look how many cards actually have some activity nowadays. Misinformation. Uh-oh, is that Rudy making up stuff again on his channel? That's what the internet told me. Phyrexian, Ritual Machine, Soldevi, Stench, Swamp, Spy. So there's not much in that besides the artifacts. But seriously, look at this, folks. Denials still has some value. Presence, Explorer, Browse, infamous card, Diminishing Return. See, some of these cards I can easily see upticking in price. And Force of Will, Foresight. Where's this? The Library of Latinum, Sphere. Let's see what else we got here that's interesting. Stormcrow, no one cares. Suffocation, that's a weird one. Oh, Thought Lash, there's a one nowadays. There's a hit, there's some action. Do you see what I'm getting at? There's actually quite a bit of cards. I think Arc, people were talking about that one. The Vault, obviously. Lord of Rudy Tressorhorn, I was a big fan of that card. Misfortune. Purple Flying Legend of Rudy the Purple Elephant Rhino Creature. Let's do a Winter's Night, a little bit of action. Deadly Insects. Elvish Ranger with the beautiful woman on there. Oh, wait, there's a male and female version. Oh, I thought he's an elf too, yeah. Spirit Guide. There's one that's hot nowadays. You see my point? Look how many cards actually have value even now. Oh, she's got some value. Nature's Wrath, a little Taste of Paradise, Tornado, Undergrowth. Look at this, Ants. Okay, Trading Post. See, now here's an interesting part. Alliances was known for a ton of, again, all about the land, folks. Look at the land cycle in Alliances. Look at this crap, man. And you want to ask me? And be Rudy, it's got to be a bubble. Have you seen the price of Alliances? The price of Alliances, a booster box is like $4,000. It's a bubble, Rudy. I'm gonna wait for him to come back down to buy more. Okay, but it's the price of Alliances is not in a bubble, folks. I'm gonna again. You can bookmark the video, put it on your phone calendar for a couple years from now. The price of a sealed box of Alliances was mispriced and undervalued for a very long time because the market was making assumptions about the market got it wrong, and the market assumed there was a lot more sealed product of Alliances than actually exists. I stand by that. Okay, but anyways, between reserve lists, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. You got the Heart, you got Outpost, Lake of the Flippin' Dead, Excavations. There's been some action on that, and Thawing Glaciers. Look at the land cycle, man. This is a small set, and you know, I know it's stupid sounding. I think the Horde is reserve list. I'm not sure. I know it's stupid sounding, but I wouldn't be surprised if a card like that makes a comeback one day or some weird shenanigans. You know, and like I said, there's just a lot of weird cards. I think these actually, is it the Gorilla Shaman? This one actually sees some play. I remember people talking about this one because the actual special ability and being a one drop. Excuse me. I actually thought that was interesting. Pillage, infamous card. Justice and Pyrokinesis. I actually like that card because it's one of those like Force of Will. Remove a card without paying casting costs. You know, I just feel War Riders. I remember that. But you know, look how many Exile. Ivory Gargoyle. See, this is another one. I'm not sure which of these weird cards are or are not reserve lists, but like these weird cards, I'm telling you, still have weird potentials for the future. And if it's reserved list, I'm telling you, there's weird opportunity in this crap, man. The infamous first reprisal, very interesting card there. Beautiful, the Herbalist, I remember using that card. And I think that's really up Sustaining Spirit, very infamous card from Alliances. But do you see what I'm getting at? Look how many cards we picked out from that. Alliances is a small set. That's like 10% of the cards are either reserve list or have potential. That's a big deal, folks. So anyways, last but not least, people are going to want me to mention, there's not much to mention on like Mirage and Weatherlight and Visions. Like we all know, like Mirage is just packed with reserve listing cards going up. We all know Rudy's favorite Weatherlight. We've been through it 20 times over when I was doing Weatherlight box openings for $400 a box to patrons. And, you know, I told you guys for over and over, since 2016, I'm going to endlessly buy Weatherlight booster boxes till the price goes up. I did it for literally 9 years, and now the price is like $3-4 grand a box, so I stopped buying finally. You know, because I knew, the market got it wrong. I preached it for 5 years. Visions is still not my favorite set. Like, I know the box price is $2,000-3,000, not as much as Mirage or Weatherlight. Visions is my least favorite. I just don't like the flavor of it. Like, the whole themes in Mirage and the artwork and just the theme, I love it. Weatherlight, I love it. Visions just didn't do it for me. Just a personal thing. Anyways, last but not least, I'm going to comment just a little bit on Fallen Empires, and I'll skim through some cards just to let you guys look at them. But I'll do a quick commenting on Fallen Empires, because I get asked about stuff like this all the time. So, I still stand by, yeah, Fallen Empires, it's a $1,000 booster box. It's probably going to go to $2,000 a booster box. Yeah, I know it's stupid, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. We're in 2021. I think a lot of people forget what year we're in. Yes, the art is a 10 out of 10. I used to play with this. I still think this is a decent card. It's a flippin' 2-drop. For 3 colorless, you can ping 2 direct damage to any target. And if you're playing in white that does not have direct damage, or black that does not have direct damage, I still think this is a good card. Is this even? No, it's probably not reserve list. If it is, this is one of my favorite Mirage cards. I built 4 of decks with that stupid thing. And then I used to play. I had a white deck. I think I used to play the Archaeologist from Antiquities, and I'd bring it back. I know it's not exactly the most cost efficient, but I'd bring it back. And then I would literally do direct damage or something with my, I think it was a white artifact deck. I don't remember. I'm making crap up. And again, the artwork and this stuff, the cube, is really cool. Fallen Empires is a great product. Financially speaking, in print run size was an absolute disaster. The actual flavor, theme, and the breeding pit. I remember friends building 4 of them. I remember playing against some kid who had like, one time he had like 3 breeding pit outs. He had 3 breeding pits in the field, and like every turn, he was just popping out these stupid thrall tokens against me. Drove me nuts. Anyways, this avatar, this little Eben Preacher guy, I play as reserve list, and I always thought weird cards like this have opportunity. Him to Thorax with all the different art, always legendary. You know, so overall, people ask, Rudy, who would pay $1,000 for, you know, a Fallen Empires box in 2021? You know? High tides. You know, I actually don't think $1,000 for a booster box of Fallen Empires is really a ripoff. I know that's a kind of a hot take, but I don't think $1,000 for a Fallen Empires box is a ripoff, because of the value of the sealed product, the value to either open it or draft it, the value of how many sealed boxes are left, which again, Fallen Empires, there are still a lot of sealed boxes of Fallen Empires, folks. Like I said, I have probably between 100 to 200 boxes of Fallen Empires sealed, and I know a lot of people out there that have 2, 3, 5, 8, 10 boxes of Fallen Empires all over the United States. There are still a lot of Fallen Empires. It is not a rare sealed, well, compared to today's standards, it's rare, but compared to Mirage or Visions or Stronghold or Alliances, it's very common. Does that make sense? Anyway, so we're going to wrap this video up here. I just want to kind of let you guys look at some cool artwork, and Rudy's fungus. You know, I treat it every day with the fungus, and because I get the spore. Is that COVID? No, I can't say that too soon. But anyways, it's just, and yes, we'll take a quick look at Rainbow Veil, because it wouldn't be a Fallen Empires video without flipping Rainbow Veil with that beautiful, look at that beautiful lady on there with the beautiful background with the water. So, final thoughts on that. Fallen Empires, folks, yes, you can still make money in it. Yes, there's opportunity in the future. And you know what the thing is? I think the biggest thing that I feel bad for the Timmies out in the world is the most common thing right now is, oh, sealed product, everything's in a bubble. I'm going to wait a couple years for the prices to pull back. And you know, maybe that happens. But you know what's a bigger risk than whether that happens or not? The bigger risk is opportunity cost. Like they say on Wall Street, It's impossible to time the market, but what's more risky than timing the market, what's more important is being in the market. Time in the market always wins. Just saying, folks. Seriously.